No one is immune to AI bias, right? Regardless of your race, regardless of your status, celebrity, money, and so forth.
How is AI development currently creating this crucial future and operating inside of a blind spot?
Yes, no, I appreciate you asking that question. And what we're seeing is the technologies of the future are actually taking us back to the discrimination of the past while robbing us of our humanity in the present. And this, as somebody who loves technology, someone who's a computer scientist, been CTO of a number of different tech companies, including Myavana, hair care tech, and all of this, I love technology, right? And so my critique of technology and what we do with the Algorithmic Justice League is knowing, absolutely knowing we can do so much better. And so when we're thinking about the impact of AI in society, I think of this notion of FML, failed machine learning, failing freedom, money, love. Right. So when I think about freedom, I think about the use of AI systems in things like predictive policing or with facial recognition technologies that are powered by AI systems. We've seen numerous false arrests, often of Black individuals, whether it was Robert Williams arrested in front of his two young daughters and his wife, Portia Woodruff arrested 8 months pregnant. Footage didn't even match. The person who was in the footage was not visibly pregnant, so those are certain types of examples when we're seeing actually the loss of liberty in a particular type of way, and also experiences that you can't just erase. You can't erase that false arrest or sitting in being detained by the police, even when you go back and you say, oh, we made a mistake. When I'm thinking about money, right, there is an economic impact, whether it's AI systems determining who gets a loan, a mortgage, or not, determining who gets hired or fired or promoted as we see more AI systems being adopted, right? And so there are a lot of anxiety over the future of work, as there should be. And you have AI systems impacting that. But there's also the question of, even for the jobs that exist now, right? Who's able to have that opportunity? And then finally, when I think of love, when I think about relationships and so forth, we have AI systems that mediate who you connect with online as well. And those are just a few areas, right, where we're seeing AI systems show up and shape our relationships, shape our access to economic opportunity, to educational opportunities, and even to our freedoms.
We trust that the technology that's being created is going to create amazing advancements and progress for us. But the bigger question then becomes, what are the steps that technologists and policymakers and everyday users like ourselves should be taking to ensure that we're safeguarding from unintended consequences and unintended bias?
Yes, I think that notion of trust is interesting because trust has to be earned. Trust isn't inherent to an AI system. A company saying we want to develop trustworthy AI doesn't make it so. And trust is relational. It has to be maintained, built over time. It can be easily lost as well. And so I don't take the notion of techno-determinism as a way of looking at these systems. And that's just the idea that, okay, we're in society, technology is going to advance, that general advancement is going to be for the good of society. And what we see is, as we have different types of technological breakthroughs, there are people who reap more of the benefits and there are people who reap more of the burdens. And a big part of the work of the Algorithmic Justice League, and really this broader question about how do we create AI systems that work well for all of humanity, not just the privileged few, is interrogating the benefits and the burdens of these systems and then bringing in mechanisms that can push us towards other directions. And that gets to your question, right? What can different stakeholders within this AI ecosystem be doing when it comes to actually pushing for those more beneficial uses and reducing the burdens, right? The harms. I talk about the ex-coded, people who've been exploited, condemned, convicted, otherwise harmed by AI systems. And what we've seen is no one is immune from being X-coded. You can be Tom Hanks and have deep fakes of you used to promote products you've never heard of. You can be someone with the reach of Taylor Swift and have explicit imagery created of you or an endorsement of political figures you may or may not support. And so I think it's really important when we're thinking about the future of AI to realize that no one is immune to AI bias, right? Regardless of your race, regardless of your status, celebrity, money, and so forth.
Facial recognition block. We're here to make a planet. Can't nobody stop. Everyone turn on your facial recognition block. We're here to make a planet. Can't nobody stop.